Espinoza, Daisy Estefana, last name Lydia Schoenfield. I'm married to Casey. She's Alexander Manrick, and Hayden is not here today. So our goal is pretty simple. It's to improve and reduce the amount of invasive weeds growing in the Denver Audubon.
We feel like the best strategy that we have to do this is by educating the public about the issue and manually pulling weeds, which we have some events planned for that. And we feel like it's really important to educate the public because as long as the weeds are still being spread, it's not going to help the issue at all. And we need to have like events like this to continue working with the issue, or else it's just not going to get any better.
Our main problem is that our lovely Audubon Park is being invaded by non-native weed species such as common mullein, bull thistle, and downy brome or cheatgrass. The growth and spread of these weeds is having a detrimental effect on the native plant population. And some of the reasons that these native plants are so important is because Audubon has tried very hard to create a safe space and a new home for the birds that have recently had their home destroyed. And our native plants have been planted in order to help create that new home. And Audubon's native plants are also very deeply rooted and they are very sturdy, so they can provide a safe environment. They also gather CO2 and provide pollen for our birds and for the bees. The main way that these weed seeds are being spread around is through hikers. They get stuck in their shoes and they walk around and they spread it to the rest of the park. They're also being spread by bicycles and horses. If we continue to ignore this issue, then these weeds will continue to grow, and eventually all of Audubon's native plants will soon be gone. And if we lose the plants, then we lose the birds too.
So this is what we've accomplished so far. First, we identified the natural hazard. We talked to Emily and Micah and did lots of research on what specific weeds are most common, or invasive weeds are most common in specifically the Denver Audubon Park, which are the common mullein, bull thistle, and cheatgrass. We decided on a single issue, which we decided was personally very important to us, and we believe will have a very beneficial effect to the environment and the community of the Denver Audubon Park. We defined the community and saw that pretty much all visitors of the Audubon Park, including students, bikers, hikers, and horseback riders, are affected by this and are contributing to the spread of the weeds, as well as animals. We conducted our inventory. We talked to Emily and Micah and to Miss Breitner as well, and found what tools we have to use to solve this issue, as well as what we need to buy and stuff like that. We also planned an event, which was mostly Hayden. She's not here today, so we have someone else who will explain that further, which we will use to gather volunteers, increase manpower to handle this issue. And then we created a budget using lots of research, talking to Emily and Micah again, and finding out what tools we need to use, and sign and discuss pricing for signs, and calculated the total price. And then this is the main two signs that we came up with. This one is the one designed by students, and then this one was designed by
Kate got funding for that sign.
And then Image 360 is who we're going to be working with to create the sign. And then there should be a bigger picture of both the signs.
Next we have the event. We have pamphlets that we're going to hand out. That'll be also handed out at the event, which will target invasive weeds like the downy brome, cheatgrass, mullein, and like the bull thistle. And then the main goal of the event is to pull weeds and try to educate people about the weed action, like brushing off their hoofs and the bicycle wheels and the hiker's foot rings. So we'll have two events that we planned. First will be Friday, April 14th, which is an outdoor education day, which is basically a day that is designated where the high school was already there. So we have like rotations, and then during those rotations, the people can like pull weeds. And then we have Friday, April the 21st, which could be a community event, which is a day we have off school, which like anyone can participate in to pull weeds, and we'll have snacks and stuff. And people can earn the volunteer hours that they need. Next, we have our inventory and budget. So we have our student made sign, which is supposed to be like a 18 by 24. That is estimated to be $120. And then we have trash bags that are biodegradable, 90 of them, 45 gallons, which are $194. We have the sign and boot brush, which is the bigger one that you saw. It's $700 estimated by Image 360, but we're only paying $350 of that. And then snacks for the event, which is estimated $40. So all in, like in total, it'll be like $740.
We are doing a project to try and improve Audubon.
I'm working with the beavers, and I feel like this is the most important issue and the most crucial issue that we need to focus on.
I'm gonna say no because you didn't hear my text message.
How you measure a horse? From our dock, we're gonna have to be measuring out there at some point.
Don't let it get caught on that yet.
We're gonna need to know the depth, yes.
Draw up plans, talk to people, and we are willing to work as a team to construct the beaver flow device. Next slide. No.
Oh, my bad. Oh.
Our goal is to solve the problem of beavers occluding water flow between the two bodies of water while coexisting peacefully and not damaging the beaver's way of life. Our solution will be to allow the flow of microinvertebrates between ponds, which helps us indicate the health of the water. We hope to maintain classes that are taught at Audubon, since this area is utilized for lessons about wildlife, but in its current state, there is not enough water to effectively demonstrate or teach with.
So our stakeholders, this part is a little bit wordy, I apologize, but Emily, one of our stakeholders, her school programs have been impacted by the issue because she cannot do macroinvertebrate studies by the boardwalk anymore now that the water level has gotten so low. She supports our solution since it would restore the ponds to their original state. Aaron Hall is an experienced biologist who we have been consulting with all year. He has been on site and helped us take measurements for the pond leveler, so he is very familiar with the specific needs of the project. Aaron reviewed and approved all of our information we have in this presentation. Aero Resources, we called them about a week ago asking for a quote on an environmental impact assessment, and we are waiting for a response. We followed up yesterday but haven't heard anything back yet. Taylor works for a nonprofit company called Earth Force, whose goal is to help students complete environmental actions projected like ours. He helped us with measurements at Audubon and has contacts he can connect us with to help us move forward or move our project forward. Earth Force can also contribute about $1,000 to our entire class project, including the invasives project. So we'll figure that out. And then we've been waiting to officially reach out to the Army Corps because we need approval for Chatfield before we can move forward with the 404 permit. We aren't able to get the project proposal to you until now because we got delayed finalizing our budget. We spent weeks trying to locate a large enough pipe in the Denver area, but finally found one in Denver Windwater.
So here is a couple different examples of ways that we can fix this here. On the left we have a cup trench, on the right we have a pond leveler, which is what we feel would be the best solution to this. So a cup trench is basically a divot in the dam that allows flow. However, we've talked with Aaron about this. He's a very experienced, he's worked with water dams before, and he's told us that beavers are very busy workers, and he's done stuff like this that has been repaired overnight, and it's just really not a permanent solution that he needs to work out for a while. The pond leveler, however, here is, well, next slide I can show you a little more in depth. So the pond leveler is basically a solution, a way of moving water from one area to another. This is a top view, and it shows here is our main lake. This is the bottom of the L pond, and it is where the water flows from. Here it shows it moving through. So in the inlet we have a filter on it that blocks sticks from entering it. The beavers also, can't get to it then. And on the outlet we have a keystone fence, which stops beavers from building dams to block up the outlet of the pipe. This is the boardwalk right here in the side view.
So for natural aesthetic, we know that we, Audubon and everyone really cares about making it look all natural and not like we put a gigantic pipe in the water. So we thought of ways to put in like natural things like sticks, leaves, plant cattails near the outlet to make it less noticeable and less detectable. The only thing we can't put around it is rocks, because the rocks will set as a point for the beavers to build around, and then it will make it pointless, because then it'll get covered up. Yeah, so just making it look all natural and not bad.
This is another example of a flow device that Aaron put in. But here's a flow device that he showed to us. There's a way you can put wood around the outlet. He said that this would probably make it less natural, so we're probably gonna veer away from that look. And for long-term maintenance, so there's really not a lot that you have to do once it's done. Aaron just told us that it's basically just 1 hour twice a year, and that can easily be done by students there. And that's just raking debris from away from the outlets so that it doesn't get all clogged up. Because the keystone fence blocks them from building, and the inlet is covered with a filter. And that's pretty much all you need to do. So it's basically, once it's in there, it's basically its own administration.
Our budget, we are waiting for a price of split couplers and the environmental assessment cost from e-resources, but our estimate from Emily is about $1,000 to $1,420. This includes pipes needed, fencing tools, etc. We have a list of need items and also have a dedicated document for the budget. The budget does not include the environmental impact assessment since we are waiting for a cost estimate from e-resources.
This is the budget page that we use to estimate our cost for the project as a whole.
And that's in your.
And there's the link to the page if you want us to.
They have it, so you don't have to click it.
Funding. Aaron Hall has informed us that Defenders of Wildlife is willing to pay half of our budget, and the Earth Force, as we discussed earlier, agreed to give us $1,000 as a whole for both projects. If we do some math, I took the highest estimated cost for our project, and $1,400 cost of the project, divided by 2, the amount Aaron is willing to pay us, is about $710. But we need to add the cost of the invasives group, which is $704, and that comes around $1,414. Minus that from Earth Force, and that is $414 we need to raise. That is very small compared to the amounts that 2 years ago Collegiate raised $600. So if we are able to mirror their strategies or do something similar, we will be able to raise that amount of money in a few weeks. We are willing to do many things that are necessary to raise the money: car washes, videos, GoFundMes, and some students have even started drafting ideas and creating ways to make money.
The 404 process. So we drafted all the required information to submit the permit to the Army Corps.
And it's a difficult decision to make because it is not clear whether the area is a wetland or not. Aaron said that we might not need a 404 at all. However, it's up to Chatfield State Park on whether we need that. And Aaron has a contact within the Army Corps of Engineers, so if it is needed, we're ready to take it on and get it.
Thank you for your time.